You're listening to the Cool Audio Podcast, your escape into the world of stories, sounds, and imagination. Whether you're driving, chilling at home, or just need a moment to unplug, we've got a story just for you. So sit back, relax, and let the journey begin. Upon hearing this, Jack fell silent for a moment. Her emotions are all right. Keep her company. She's already in a fragile state during labor, and she needs comfort and company the most right now. I'm sure this will pass by slowly. Chloe is a rational child. She can pull herself together. Okay, Dad. I'll take good care of her. Don't worry. When my grandson comes out, I'll go with Fiona to visit. All right, call ahead. I'll pick you up. He hung up the phone hurriedly. Jack was about to reach the hospital when he received a call from Avery. Brother, where are you? Come here quickly. Avery sounded anxious. Jack's heart tightened. I'm on my way. I'll be at the hospital right away. What's up? My sister-in-law's water bag broke. She should be giving birth soon. I'll be right there. After hanging up, Jack stepped on the accelerator and sped all the way to the hospital. He changed into disinfected clothes and followed the gynecologist into the operating theater. At this time, Chloe had already been administered the anesthesia that was prepared for the cesarean section and was feeling a little dizzy. Honey, I'm here. Don't be afraid. Jack held Chloe's hand tightly. His palms were sweating. It was obvious that he was even more nervous than Chloe. He had entered the operating theater countless times. When he was in medical school in the United States, he often performed surgeries with his professor. Ever since he came back to the country, he also often visited the hospital. Even when it came to life and death, Jack was never this nervous. It seemed like that saying was right. Even if it was a godly doctor, when it came to his family, he would still be nervous and tremble. 4 years ago, when the twins were born, he was being set up by Andrew in the United States. The fact that he was not by Chloe's side had always been his biggest regret. Therefore, when she was pregnant with a second child, he made up his mind to stay by Chloe's side no matter what. He would accompany her to give birth successfully. Fortunately, he came in time. Honey, if anything happens to me... Shut up. Don't talk nonsense. It's just a minor surgery. Relax. Jack was infuriated by Chloe's inauspicious words. He rarely reprimanded Chloe in such a serious manner because he couldn't bear to do so. However, the situation was different now. He was truly afraid that something would happen. Okay, I won't say anything. Then you have to stay with me throughout. Yes, I'm not leaving. I'll stay here. Don't worry. If you're tired, you can sleep for a while. Okay. Chloe smiled after she said that. Jack gently kissed her forehead. Then, Chloe fell asleep. The surgery went very smoothly. After all, Chloe was a doctor herself. After she got pregnant, she paid a lot of attention to her diet and nutrition. However, Jack was still on tenterhooks. Just because Chloe's blood pressure was slightly higher and her heart rate was slightly faster, he almost wanted to do the surgery himself. This might be the largest-scale cesarean section surgery in Southside's history. 2 department directors, 4 doctors, and 9 nurses from the OB/GYN department were all present. Even 2 anesthetists came. They were the best in the hospital. Actually, it was just childbirth. However, Chloe probably took good care of everyone. That's why she had good relationships with many people. They all volunteered to perform the surgery for Director Green. There was even a group of people at the entrance cheering for her. Aside from the hospital staff, Thomas, Stella, Sandra, Mrs. Cooper, the twins, Jack's parents, Max, Avery, Noah, Sarah, Victoria, and Brenton were all there. Everyone was present except for Cece, who was about to give birth, and Rick, who was on the plane back home. In the operating theater, the moment the baby was carried out, he wailed. At that moment, Jack felt like his heart was melting. President Dawson, congratulations. It's a young master. He weighs 3.4 kilograms. The operating surgeon carefully placed the child into Jack's arms. He took it gently and looked at the baby who looked like him. He was so touched that he actually teared up. Director, your son is so handsome. He has thick eyebrows and big eyes. The operating surgeons whispered in Chloe's ear. She was still conscious. She wanted to say something, but she was tired, so she just smiled. Honey, it's been hard on you. They are going to stitch you up now. Just hang in there a little longer. If you're tired, you can sleep a little longer. Jack held the child and whispered into Chloe's ear. Chloe nodded slightly before falling asleep again. Then she saw a patch of grass in front of her. There were white poplar trees on both sides of the road. It seemed to be a university campus. The students walked in twos and threes. From time to time, she would hear laughter. Sister Chloe. Suddenly, an extremely familiar voice sounded. She turned around and was slightly surprised to see the boy in a light pink short-sleeved shirt. Andrew. Sister Chloe, do you have class in the afternoon? I'll take you to have a seafood feast. You aren't. Chloe was surprised to see Andrew again because, in her mind, he was already dead. He had died for her. Otherwise, Chloe would have died in that explosion. What? Are you afraid that Simon will be jealous? That good-for-nothing. I don't know what you like about him. I heard that he went to invite a prostitute over with his dorm mates in his first year of university. What kind of taste do you have? Did you give up on yourself after breaking up with Jack? Chloe didn't say anything, not because she was angry. It was because this scene was very familiar. When Andrew was in university, he was already the general manager of the Green Corporation. He was rich and powerful, and Timothy trusted him. Hence, he would go to their school to pick up girls from time to time. Every time he saw her, he would tease her. At that time, she thought Andrew was just toying with her to embarrass her. Now that she thought about it, this man probably had other thoughts about her. Seeing that Chloe didn't say anything, Andrew walked up to her. The smell of men's cologne hit her nose. This was indeed Andrew's style. Oh my little sister Chloe is so gentle today. Where's her sharp tongue? Andrew's approach made Chloe feel like he was real. Stop it! Chloe lowered her head, not daring to look into his eyes. She was afraid that she would cry. Really? That Simon isn't good enough. You should not continue dating him. He doesn't have money, neither does he have a good personality. If you marry him, you'll ruin your life. I know I won't marry him. Then marry me. You're Dad's daughter and I'm his son. When the time comes, all the assets will belong to us. Don't let the goodies go to outsiders. Ha ha. Before Chloe could respond, Andrew let out a hearty laugh. Young Master Green. Not far away, the school belle walked over with her slender waist and held onto Andrew's arm. Young Master Green, you're so naughty. You're teasing the academic genius again. Let's go. I'm leaving now, Sister Chloe. Ha ha. Call me if you need money. Give me a kiss and I'll give you $1 million. Before he left, Andrew didn't forget to tease Chloe. If it was before, Chloe would have cursed out loud. But now, seeing Andrew in such a way made her feel touched. Andrew, Chloe suddenly called out to him. She suddenly wanted to say something to him. Andrew turned around and smiled devilishly. Chloe raised her hand to her mouth and shouted at Andrew or in front of the entire school. Andrew, you look really good in pink. Perhaps he was used to being scolded by Chloe, so he never expected her to do this. Therefore, at that moment, Andrew's eyes were filled with surprise, shock, and joy. He smiled even wider. Then he turned around and hugged the girl with the hot figure. He even playfully turned his back to Chloe and made a V sign with his fingers. It was great to see Andrew again like this. It was also great to be able to talk to him. Then the scene changed again. It had become winter, the season when snowflakes fell. When Chloe opened her eyes, she found herself on a street covered in snow. As for herself, she was wearing a short red down jacket. It was chubby like a koala bear. In the north, girls especially liked to wear fur coats in winter. Firstly, they looked good, and secondly, they kept themselves warm. Chloe was the type of person who did not like fur coats, so she had been wearing down jackets for years. Because of this, Justin laughed at her for looking like a silly deer. While in a daze, Justin jumped off the wall. Little girl, where's my birthday present? He patted Chloe's shoulders and said. Chloe was ecstatic to see Justin. Before Justin could say anything, she grabbed his hand. This was the first time Justin had seen Chloe take the initiative, so he was dumbfounded. He looked at his hands and then at Chloe. What's the situation? Justin, come with me. Come back with me. Where? Justin was confused again. Come back to the real world with me. Silly girl, are you having a fever? Don't play dumb with me, take it out. Where's my birthday present? Chloe was confused. Birthday present? Yeah, it's my birthday today. I asked you for a red packet on Snap this morning, but you ignored me. But I still believe that you didn't come empty-handed. Quickly take it out." Justin urged her for a birthday present. Chloe looked around. This was outside the wall of Justin's private mansion. She suddenly remembered what happened a few years ago on Justin's birthday. She remembered that Zoe's sister had jumped off her private mansion to frame Justin. Because of this, Justin was sued and was almost charged with murder. It was Chloe who disregarded her image and proved that Justin wasn't present. However, this caused Jack to become jealous. How long had this been? Chloe never imagined that. "Are you dumb?" Justin lowered his head and moved closer to Chloe's face. The white Versace long-sleeved shirt inside was clearly visible. "Happy birthday, Justin." Chloe closed her eyes and quickly planted a kiss on Justin's left forehead. Justin instantly froze. Chloe had always known how Justin felt towards her. However, because she had someone she loved, she couldn't give Justin any more love. However, Justin didn't give up just because she didn't respond. Instead, he stayed by her side to protect her. All these years, the only person Chloe owed was Justin. So, today, regardless of whether it was a dream or something else, since she actually saw Justin again, she made a bold move. Justin was dumbfounded. Did Chloe just kiss him? He froze, then reached out and touched his face. "You—" Justin wanted to say something, but he was too excited to say anything. "Do you like this gift?" Chloe asked. "Chloe, Justin, I just gave birth to a baby, Aiden Dawson." "A baby?" Justin was dumbfounded again. "Yes, this is my third child after Pudding and Little Bean. Grandpa Cooper named him Aiden Dawson." "Chloe, what are you saying? You're not even pregnant. How could you have a child?" Justin looked at her, amused. Chloe didn't explain. "There's a party inside. Max and the others are all here. Do you want to go in for a drink?" Justin smiled. "I'm not going. You should drink less. It's bad for your health." "When did you become so concerned about me? Aren't you afraid that Jack will get jealous?" Chloe stuffed her hands into the pockets of her down jacket. "Justin, Jack and I miss you. We all miss you." "You're talking nonsense again. Dr. Green, I don't know if you got possessed by a ghost today. I should put a talisman on your forehead. Heavenly spirit, earthly spirit, ho-ho." Justin became mischievous again, but Chloe was already crying. "Hey, why are you crying? I'm just kidding. You're not possessed. Haha. Don't be scared. Don't be scared." Seeing her cry, Justin panicked. "Justin, I really miss you." Justin froze. He opened his mouth and was about to speak, but his figure became more and more blurry. "Justin, Justin." Chloe woke up again as she called Justin's name. Then she saw the familiar ceiling. This was indeed Southside's VIP ward. Jack hurried over and held her hand. "Chloe, I'm here." "Honey, Chloe was about to say that she dreamed of Justin, but she couldn't bring herself to say it out loud when she saw how tired Jack was. Hence, she changed to say, "Hubby, where's the child?" "The child went to take a shower. I'll bring him back later." "Why didn't you go with him? He might be carried away." Jack smiled faintly. "That won't happen. Mom and Dad went with them. How are you? Are you tired? Does your wound hurt?" Chloe shook her head. "Hubby, is he cute?" "Yeah, he looks like me. Very handsome." Chloe smiled. "You're shameless." "But I think his personality is very similar to yours." "You can tell at such a young age. Don't lie to me." Chloe didn't believe him. "It's true. He doesn't really like to cry. He only cried a few times when he first came out, and he's been very obedient ever since. His gaze is very calm. I think his personality will be more like yours in the future." "Where's my mom and Thomas?" "They went to the swimming pool to accompany the baby." "Fine. I'm a forgotten existence." Chloe was filled with jealousy. "Don't talk nonsense. You still have your husband." "Honey, where are Pudding and Little Bean?" "The two of them are together with Kenneth and the rest. They were taken out by Victoria and Sarah to eat. Everyone has been waiting for you. They didn't eat much. It's all right for the adults, but it's inevitable for the children to be hungry." "Yeah. Mrs. Cooper just came and brought this for our child." Jack picked up a small box and placed it beside Chloe's hand. Inside was a longevity lock. It was obviously handmade. It wasn't that exquisite, but it was heartwarming. I heard Mrs. Cooper made it herself. It has really been hard on Auntie, Chloe said. After a moment of hesitation, Jack continued. Just now, Imperial Star's lawyer came and brought Justin's gift. Upon hearing Justin's name, Chloe's heart sank again. Chloe couldn't thank Justin enough for leaving the 3 kids a trust fund worth hundreds of millions. Even though he knew that the Dawson family was a top-notch financial group and didn't lack money, Justin still thought of a future for her children like an elder. Jack handed her a black brocade box with gold borders. It was squarish and only slightly bigger than a ring box. Chloe held it in her hand and hesitated. She didn't dare to open anything related to Justin. She had just met him in her dream and even talked to him. Now that she was awake, it felt like a lifetime had passed. Chloe felt like she knew Justin from her past life or a long time ago. You've just given birth and your body is still weak. Why don't you take a look in a few days? Jack saw that Chloe was hesitating and didn't dare to open it. He could guess what she was thinking, so he quietly persuaded her. It's fine. Let me see what Tycoon Cooper gave my son. Chloe forced a smile and slowly opened the box. Then, tears welled up in her eyes again. There were no gold, silver, jewels, diamonds, jade, or land title shares. It wasn't anything valuable. Or rather, it couldn't be measured with money. It was just an ordinary bullet shell. However, Justin made it seem even more mysterious with the black and gold box. The intention of giving a bullet shell to her boy was obvious. He hoped he'd grow up to be a tough guy. Originally, it wasn't a big deal. It was just Justin's wish for her children. However, Chloe knew what Justin meant. A long time ago, Justin gave her a bullet shell like this. Even though the color was different, it was meaningful. Justin said, "Take it, and you can use it to look for me anytime. I'll do my best to fulfill your wish." Back then, Chloe teased him, "Are you an Aladdin lamp?" After Chloe had her second child, she had this conversation with Justin. "Chloe, if this baby is a boy, I'll give him a bullet shell." "Why?" Chloe looked at Justin. "Tell him that as a man, he needs to be upright and dignified. He shouldn't be a sissy. But that's not the main point. The main point is, with this bullet shell, no matter when he finds me, I can grant him a wish." "Here you go again. Are you a bullet expert? You're just giving anyone you see a bullet expert." Chloe laughed. However, Justin looked serious. "I'm only so generous to you and your children." Then, Chloe stopped smiling and remained silent. She knew that Justin only treated her and her children well. With the bullet shell in her hand, Chloe felt heavy. Even if the child grew up with the bullet shell, he would never be able to find Justin again. Right now, Justin had no way of fulfilling this kid's wishes, because he had already gone into a deep sleep. "Chloe, don't cry during your confinement. It's bad for your eyes." Jack quickly stood up and wiped away Chloe's tears. "Honey, I just saw Justin in my dream." Chloe smiled with tears in her eyes. "Is he doing well?" There was no jealousy on Jack's face, nor was there any awkwardness. Instead, he asked naturally, He's fine, he's still the same." That's good. I'm sure Justin's accumulated kindness will be rewarded. What we need to do now is to quietly wait for him to come back, okay?" Jack coaxed Chloe like a child. "Will he come back?" Chloe asked Jack with uncertainty. "I think so. I believe in Justin's character." Jack wasn't a Buddhist, but he believed in karma. If you do too many bad things, you would receive retribution. If you do many good deeds, you would also be rewarded. Although Justin was a rich second-generation heir, he had never done anything that outrageously harmed anyone. Especially after he met Chloe, he became extremely kind. Jack felt like God wouldn't be mean to kind people. Of course, this was just his personal opinion. After talking to Jack for a while, the 2 nurses came in with dinner on a trolley. "Director, it's time for dinner." "Director, you look great today. Many people look exhausted after the surgery." The moment the 2 nurses entered, the ward became much livelier. Chloe smiled. "It's not my first childbirth. I'm not that delicate." "Director, this is the dinner specially prepared by the chef at the canteen. There's blackfish tofu soup to nourish the body, 2 cakes, red date millet porridge, stir-fried vegetables, and a dessert, blueberry cheesecake. There's no need to treat me specially, thank you, everyone. Not at all, not at all. It's a joyous occasion for the director to give birth to a baby. Ha, speaking of which, the young master is so handsome. When he started swimming just now, many people were watching. Hubby, help me up. You still have a wound. Just lie still. I'll adjust the bed for you and then I'll feed you. Seeing that the couple was going to show off their affections again, the nurses tactfully left. Jack carefully adjusted the bed higher, placed a pillow behind her, and fed her. Halfway through the meal, everyone returned. Carrying her newborn son. Chloe, how are you feeling? Are you feeling unwell anywhere? Mrs. Dawson asked. Mom, I'm fine. Chloe, does it hurt? Sandra leaned forward and held her daughter's hand. Mom, it doesn't hurt anymore. The anesthesia's effects probably aren't over yet. I'm fine anyway. Don't worry. Sis-in-law, look at your son. He's so young and already knows how to pick up girls. He just went swimming and kept giggling at the pretty nurse. Then, Avery handed the child over. Jack took the baby and showed him to Chloe. When he was born, she was still dizzy, so Chloe didn't really look at the baby. Now she could finally take a good look at him. Indeed, he looked exactly like Jack. She could not help but sigh at the power of genes. Chloe, look, this kid looks like Jack, right? Mr. Dawson was very happy, although he had always felt that having a granddaughter was already very good and perfect. But now that she had given birth to a third child, the entire Dawson family was still overjoyed. Even Avery's father had happily booked a plane ticket to fly back from the States to see his grandson. After a while, everyone saw that Chloe was a little tired and left one after another. Pudding and Little Bean were brought back to South Hill Manor by their grandparents. The newborn and Chloe stayed at the hospital. Around 7 p.m., Mrs. Cooper arrived alone. She only brought a bodyguard with her and kept a low profile. She was wearing a coffee-colored wool coat and a Hepburn classic little top hat, looking like a rich lady. In her hand was a medium-sized thermos flask. Jack immediately got up. Auntie Cooper. I'm here to see you, Chloe. Auntie. Chloe wanted to get up. However, Mrs. Cooper stopped her. Silly child, lie down. Don't move. Don't hurt yourself. Chloe smiled and quietly leaned against the headboard. I made some tonics for you at home. Mr. Cooper and Grandpa Cooper were supposed to come, but I heard that you weren't due for your confinement. It's not good for a man to come. Grandpa Cooper is very superstitious, so he said to avoid for now and come back later to see you after you're discharged. They're all my elders. There's no need to treat me like this. When I'm out of confinement, I'll bring my kids to see them. Chloe was a little overwhelmed by the favor. It seemed like she would never be able to repay the kindness the Cooper family had given her. What nonsense are you spouting? We're all family. Here, have some bird's nest while it's hot. Mrs. Cooper took out some tonic and chatted with Chloe calmly as she watched her eat. The two of them never said anything about Justin. It seemed as if Justin had become a taboo topic in the Cooper family. The moment he was mentioned, everyone in the Cooper family would be heartbroken. After Mrs. Cooper left, Jack went downstairs to see her off. During this time, Victoria and Sarah came in to see Chloe. Director Green, it's been hard on you today. Sarah patted Chloe's head and joked, The two of you need to hurry up too. I already had my second pregnancy. The two of you should give birth soon. We probably won't be able to catch up to you for the rest of our lives. You have great genes. Victoria smiled. I have something that I wish to ask your opinion on. Chloe stopped smiling and looked serious. What's the matter? Why are you so serious? Victoria moved a stool and sat down beside Chloe's bed. Sarah wrapped her arms around Victoria's neck and leaned on her shoulder. The three women were indeed best friends, and there was nothing they didn't talk about. Chloe would tell them many things that she didn't want to say to Jack. I want to let the Cooper family adopt my son. Chloe's words were like thunder. Sarah and Victoria were both shocked. Chloe, are you crazy? You gave birth to this baby after 10 months of pregnancy? It's not a surrogate pregnancy. Yet you want someone else to raise your child? Sarah was agitated. Jack won't agree to it, right? Victoria also felt that this was inappropriate. I'll convince him. My husband will listen to me. Chloe lowered her head and whispered, You're too impulsive. I know you feel guilty towards the Cooper family, but you can't joke about this, Sarah asked. I'm not kidding. I've been thinking about this for days. No, I don't agree. It was not easy for you to give birth to this child. You're at least 30 years old. You don't even have a son. It's not easy for you to give birth to one, and you still want to give him away? No way. Sarah felt bad for Chloe and waved her hands to say no. Victoria glanced at Chloe and tried to persuade her. I don't think Grandpa Cooper will agree to this either. Previously, Mrs. Cooper suggested letting Melody give birth to Justin's child, but he refused. If you send the child over like this, what will the Cooper family think? They're not the type to take advantage of others. Upon hearing Victoria's words, Chloe fell silent. Chloe, I think, after coming back from the dream, you've become a little impulsive. You don't seem to care about the consequences in anything you do. Yes, Dr. Victoria's comments are correct. Sarah also criticized Chloe along with Victoria. Best friends were frank with each other, so they didn't hide anything. That's because I lost Justin forever, Chloe bit her lip and said with a trembling voice. We're all sad about what happened to Justin. Chloe, you're not the only one who's sad. Brenton grew up with Justin, and after he came back, he seemed fine on the surface. He even took over a lot of Imperial Star's business, but he hasn't been able to eat for days. He only drank coffee every day, and he lost more than 5 kilograms in a week. He's a man, so he can't cry like us, Victoria said emotionally. Chloe didn't say anything, but she took in everything. And Max, you might not know this, but ever since he came back, he's been drunk almost every day. He doesn't even listen to Avery. That day, he fought at a nightclub and almost got stabbed. Everyone knows about it now, and the tabloids even took photos of him and posted them on the entertainment section. Victoria looked at Chloe and said word by word, although Noah doesn't have a deep relationship with young Master Cooper, he knows that young Master Cooper saved everyone's lives this time, so the atmosphere in our family is also quite down, Sarah explained. Victoria reached out and tucked Chloe in, and Pudding and Little Bean, they cried and kicked up a fuss. On the surface, it's all over, but our Kenneth said that Pudding has been sleeping around 2 a.m. every night. She said she couldn't sleep because she missed handsome Cooper. Upon hearing this, Chloe burst into tears again. Chloe, you have to know that no one has forgotten about Justin. Everyone is as sad as you are, but we can't give up on ourselves. Justin sacrificed himself for our stable lives, so we have to cherish him more. I believe he wants everyone to be happy and not be sad every day. I know you're a Disney fan, then you must have seen the popular animation, Up. There's a line in it that I remember very well. I'm going to say it to you now. The real death is when no one remembers you in this world. Before the memory of love disappears, please let us remember Justin forever. Death is not the end of life. Forgetting is... We won't forget him, right? Chloe nodded tearfully. I'll never forget him. Never. Chloe was already crying. Sarah was also influenced by Victoria's words. However, Jack soon returned, and the two of them stopped talking. Before they left, Victoria reminded Chloe, think about what you said just now. I want you to think about Jack, your parents-in-law, and Pudding and Little Bean before you make a decision. Thank you, Victoria. Chloe was smart enough to know what Victoria meant. Chloe's decision to let the Cooper family adopt her child was indeed on impulse. He thought Chloe would finally have some peace after Victoria left. Unexpectedly, the last visitor came. Sister Chloe, I'm late. I hope I didn't disturb you. Melody stood at the door, holding a bouquet of lilies. No, Melody, come in. Chloe waved her hand and called Melody in. She was a little tired after talking to Victoria and the others. However, seeing Melody reminded Chloe of many things. In the dream, many things happened between Justin and Melody, but not in the real world. However, whether it was a dream or reality, everyone knew that Melody liked Justin. Perhaps only Justin himself didn't know. Perhaps Justin knew, but he never mentioned it. Sister Chloe, congratulations on giving birth to a cute baby. I don't know what you need, but I bought 2 sets of new clothes when I passed by the store. Please don't mind. Melody handed her 2 gift boxes. Chloe didn't stand on ceremony. She let Jack take it and thanked her. Thank you, Melody. Chloe, take care of yourself. Don't let your thoughts run wild. I heard from Auntie Cooper that you haven't been in a good state of mind lately, but you have to think about your health. Having a good body is the most important thing. I heard that you're coming back to work after your confinement. That's right. I'm going back to the South Side to resume my old job. Chloe smiled. I believe it's a benefit for many patients. After all, you're a genius doctor, Melody praised. But no matter how good I am, no matter how many people I can't save Justin. After Chloe finished speaking, Melody's eyes became sad. Melody, do you hate me? Why do you ask, Sister Chloe? All women who like Justin hate me. Gianna, Zoe, Elsie. Anyways, they think that Justin is blind to have fallen for me. Haha, after all, Justin treats me so well, but I've never given him any response. Do you want me to tell you the truth, Sister Chloe? Melody looked at Chloe, enunciating every word. Okay, go ahead. At this point, I won't blame you for anything you say, Chloe said calmly. Melody shook her head. The truth is, no, I don't hate you at all. I even like you a lot. Chloe was slightly surprised, but she couldn't see any hypocrisy in Melody's eyes. She was probably telling the truth. Before Chloe could say anything, Melody continued. When I first heard about Justin, I thought you were a great beauty. But then I realized that Justin didn't like you for your looks. He liked your personality, your inner beauty, and your character. The more time I spent with you, the more I realized that you have a unique aura. So, I think Justin isn't blind. He and President Dawson both have the best judgment in the world. For liking someone as outstanding as you, I think this is the greatest pride of his life. Melody. Chloe didn't expect Melody to say something like that. Sister Chloe, I really want to give birth to a child for Justin. I'm not being noble, I'm just being selfish. I want to keep an entangled relationship with Justin, but Grandpa Cooper's words woke me up. So what if I give birth to 10 children for Justin? He'll never fall in love with me, whether it's in the dreams or in reality, whether he's asleep or awake. Chloe suddenly realized that Melody was a wise, emotional, and generous girl. Sister Chloe, I've made up my mind. From now on, I'll stay at Imperial Star and continue to be a celebrity. I'll also continue to wait and see when Justin comes back. Let me grow old while waiting, okay? Melody, you. Chloe hesitated. Melody suddenly changed the topic. Sister Chloe, I heard that President Dawson owes you a grand wedding. Now that you have given birth and you have recovered your figure, when are you getting married? Chloe didn't expect Melody to ask this question and didn't know how to answer. She glanced at Jack, who wasn't far away. Jack answered for Chloe. Our wedding is canceled. Huh? Canceled? Melody was stunned. We have been together since we were young. In all these years, we relied on each other and went through so much together. We've already become inseparable from each other. So whether we hold a wedding or not doesn't matter to us anymore. Jack cleverly avoided the topic of the wedding. Of course, Jack knew that this wasn't the best time to hold a wedding. Chloe was still immersed in the sorrow of Justin's unconsciousness. What would the Cooper family think if they were to hold a grand wedding right now? What would their friends think? As expected, Chloe was very satisfied with Jack's answer. She looked at him gratefully and didn't say anything. President Dawson is right. I'm so envious of childhood sweethearts like you guys. Haha. Okay, Sister Chloe, rest early. I'll come visit you again another day. Melody sat for a while, then got up to leave. After Melody left, Jack returned to the ward and sat on the bed. Are you hungry? Do you want me to cook something for you? Jack looked at Chloe gently. Chloe didn't say anything. Instead, she reached out and wrapped her arms around Jack's neck. Honey, thank you. Are you stupid? Why are you thanking me? It's most important for you to be fine. Jack knew that Chloe was thanking him for what had happened just now, so he gently patted her back to comfort her. 1 month later, Chloe was out of confinement, and it was also Aiden Dawson's 1-month-old birthday. It had been a long time since the last time South Hill Manor was this lively. The place was decorated with lights and colored banners. It was even more lively than the New Year. Everyone came to offer their congratulations, and the entire Cooper family had come. Grandpa Cooper was in a good mood and refused to let go of the baby. Mr. Cooper drank more than usual and even sang an opera live for everyone. Rick was hugging his daughter with Cece. He had completely become a daughter's slave. A month later, Chloe's figure returned to normal. She had lost weight from 64 kilograms to 48 kilograms, and she was wearing an elegant yellow dress and a color-coded jacket. Rick, her name is Christine Nee, right? Chloe looked at the baby in Rick's arms. Yeah, just like in the dream. She has the same surname as Cece, and her name is Christine Nee, Rick said. Do you want to be in-laws with us? Chloe smiled. Jack mentioned it to me, but I rejected him, Rick replied arrogantly. Why would you reject us? Christine was only born a few days apart from Aiden, and their families are compatible. Chloe chuckled. I think my daughter's eyes are bigger than your son's. Rick gave the reason for his rejection. Fine, you win. Chloe laughed until she burst into tears. Time could heal all wounds. On such a joyous occasion, no one mentioned Justin again. Anne and Master Thorin were also afraid of ruining the scenery, so they didn't attend the 1-month-old banquet. In the afternoon, while everyone was having afternoon tea in the house, Chloe held her champagne glass and walked to the balcony on the top floor to look at the scenery. Mommy, you're thinking about him, aren't you? Chloe turned around and saw Pudding dressed up. Why didn't you take a nap? Chloe didn't answer her daughter's question but looked at her gently. I can't sleep. Mommy, I miss him. What about you? Me too. Chloe forced a smile on her face. It was a bitter smile. Then, she heard Pudding's childish voice say, In the movie Up, they say that death isn't the scariest thing, but forgetting is. So we'll remember him forever, right? Yes, Chloe said as she emptied her glass of champagne. Mommy, I want to ask you a question on his behalf. Upon hearing this, Chloe tilted her head and looked at her daughter with a surprised expression. Then, she heard Pudding ask with a serious expression, All these years? Did you ever love him? Even a little? In the end, Pudding saw that Mommy didn't say anything, but the corners of her lips curled up into a smile. The end. Thanks for tuning in to the Cool Audio Podcast. If you enjoyed the story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with a fellow story lover. Until next time, stay cool and keep listening.